So if you walked out and there were these globes that were spinning around
this a
that said,
clip?
I am God, believe in me, or the famous Krauss thing, you walk out into
Oh
the
yeah,
sky.
this is a clip.
It spells out in the stars in different languages, I am God, believe in me.
Okay.
So now we walk outside and we see a message written in the stars. The stars have been rearranged so that they spell out, I am God, believe in me, in multiple languages. Surely that would convince these guys who always go where the evidence
They
points,
don't, though.
right?
Well, again, the problem is it could be a
gonna be the best
delusion,
part.
but the other problem is
Almost.
you'd have to rule out alternative explanations.
So there could be other explanations for why a message about God was written in the stars.
You'd have to rule out
Could be doesn't mean it is,
alternative
dude.
explanations, like the aliens. I mean, you'd have to.
Best part.
How could you rule out? Well, I mean, there could be an alien trickster culture or something. Huh?
Dude, these guys are clowns. This is why in the scriptures it says in a parable that Jesus is teaching about a rich man and Lazarus, where the rich man is like, bring me back from the dead so that I can tell my relatives how to act. And he's like, no, because they have everything they need. They already know how to act. They already had their prophets and their miracle workers and everything, and they still don't behave. What makes you think that a dead person is going to convince them, right? So that's that parable, and it's showing how completely just close-minded the people who say how open-minded they are truly are. Because this guy is invoking aliens here, and he's doing an interview, right? And in this video, the broader context of this video I'm watching, reacting to, is he's analyzing the methodology and the psychology behind their movement. I will not be doing that. I instead will be devoting this video to dissecting the rationality, which I've done partially in another video called Don't Argue This Way, when somebody tried to present a argument formatted in this same style. But here's the truth, right? Because these guys were invoking aliens. There is actually less proof for aliens than there is for God. Now, me personally, I believe in both, because I believe that God created intelligent life on other places. Yes. But these guys, what they're doing is they're invoking faith. Oh no, spooky, scary religious people, they do that. It turns out the atheists do it as well, even though they rail against that constantly. Because is there actually any solid evidence that other intelligent life forms exist? No, it's just a reasonable assumption because it's rational to think that, yes? But what the double standard here is that they say, oh, it's rational to believe that, but it's not rational to believe in God. In my view, both are rational, both are valid and true, yes? But not in their view, because they get to invoke faith when they want to, not when it actually is necessary and it actually is warranted, right? Because, of course, they don't care about the reasoning. They don't care about any of that. And like I said in this other video, don't argue this way. Just because you think it's more probable, you have to prove that it's more probable. And if you can't even prove aliens exist, number one, I can prove that God exists. You can't really prove that aliens exist. Right? So that's the problem, is that they're invoking faith to try to fight against faith, and it doesn't exactly work. But with most of the logic this worldview uses, it just kind of falls apart. Entirely falls apart. And it's hilarious. Because I think it was like a version of the possibility probability argument that I debunked in another version of this, not this video, but like another person tried to argue this way on another debate, and I clipped that and showed how it was fallacious. So I'm going to do that same thing again here, right? So you say it's more probable, but you haven't even proven that it's more probable. And also, just because it's possible doesn't mean it's actually valid. Just because it could be an explanation, right? doesn't mean it actually is an explanation. You're not even following your own, we always follow the evidence methodology because you guys have faith.